Hi, welcome to Hyperion Hype Club. My name is McKenna and I love the Kingdom Keepers books by Ridley Pearson. Join me as we discuss this series and others published by Disney-Hyperion books. Let's get into it. Hi everybody, welcome to my no spoiler review of Poor Unfortunate Soul by Serena Valentino. This is the third villains book. It was published in 2016. I love how the cover has like Ursula, but when you go to like the actual hardcover, it's Vanessa. I thought that was really cool. And so this book, I tried to organize the random notes I had while reading this book the best that I could. So let me start by saying that you definitely have to read this series in like timeline order, or at least like the order that is suggested by Serena Valentino. It's kind of like down here. So yeah, you have to read it in that order for this book to make the most sense, or at least read The Beast Within before this one. Because this book connects multiple princesses, like Ariel, Bella, Snow White, Aurora, and this series is original princess, Tulip Morningstar. So now kind of getting into some thinking questions I'd like to throw out there before I talk a little more about the book. That might be like, if you've ever had these questions, maybe you should pick this book up or pick this series up. Okay, so all villains have at least one thing that pushes them down the wrong path. What was or were Ursula's? What is Ursula's motivation? What was Triton and Ursula's relationship like prior to the first movie? Or even prior to like the prequels or the TV series. I guess there's one prequel and then the TV series, which was a prequel as well. So prequels, whatever, you get it. And then how did Ursula, disguised as Vanessa, win over Prince Eric? Now, here are snippets of my random thoughts that I had while reading this book. Ursula seems to make up motives that may or may not be true for the actions of others to a greater extent than the previous two books from this series that I reviewed. Because, like, you never... Like, the Beast might say someone's doing this because of X, someone's doing this because of Y. But Ursula seems to be, like, building a whole backstory for someone that she doesn't necessarily know is true, and that just, like, fuels her. Which it kind of made some parts of Ursula's story frustrating. There's also lots of time in this book without Ursula or Ariel or any of the Little Mermaid characters. It spends more time focusing on characters that are like canon to this series, but not necessarily the classic Disney movies. So I did enjoy that though. Like, I like hearing a new story because the second half of the first book was a lot of like, when they focused on the Evil Queen, was a lot of like telling the movie from the Evil Queen's perspective, which I really enjoyed. But if every book was like that, I don't know, I feel like I'd be like, yeah, this is cool, but I'm tired of kind of just like reading these movies over again. So yeah, I thought it was really cool that we got more of a story from this series' canon characters. So another thing, Ursula made one of the quote good end quote characters sound awful. Like, I just want to tell that person, it shouldn't matter what someone looks like, and how dare anyone use someone else's appearance to make assumptions and judge that person. Like, how dare they is what I wrote. How dare they? And lastly, this book has a stalker prince, and no one says anything about his behavior being stalkerish. And I hope he is the only one in this series. We don't need stalker princes, guys. No. And we don't need to not address their stalkerish behavior. Come on. This book was written in the 2010s. We know better. We know better. But yeah, those are just like the compilation of my random thoughts. Overall, yeah, I really did enjoy this book. I think on my Goodreads, I gave it like a 4 out of 10, which I think is the case for a lot of these books. Well, I don't know. I haven't rated the first two on here. The first book might be a 5, honestly, fairest of all, because I did want to like keep reading and keep reading. This book, like, it was good. I read it fast. Obviously, it's still a quick, easy read. It's still very entertaining. You get to see a whole nother side of Ursula. You get a new, like, kind of get a new Disney princess. Not like official Disney princess, but you get a new Disney princess kind of out of the series. So, and they like develop her character a lot more in this. So, yeah, I am excited to keep reading. I only have the next book, which is Mistress of All Evil. So I'll get into Maleficent, aka the Dark Fairy. So yeah, I definitely am excited to read that. And at some point, probably not right away, but at some point I'll probably read the others, which are Mother Knows Best, The Odd Sisters, Evil Thing, and Cold Hearted. What's Evil Thing? So I know Mother Knows Best is Rapunzel, The Odd Sisters are canon, Cold Hearted is Hades, I believe. It's Evil Thing. I don't know, but we'll find out. And I will see you guys next week for part 5. Yeah. And then after that, hopefully, my Kingdom Keepers Inheritance 2 Villain's Realm review will be out. If you guys aren't following along on my Kingdom Keepers deep dives, definitely feel free to do so. Oh wait, no, next week's chapter, section 4, maybe, right? Yeah, next week's section 4, and that's covering chapters 28 through 32. So yeah, I will see you guys then. Bye! Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe, and follow. Also, please chat with me and other members of this club in the comments of the YouTube video. My other social media information and a link to the Long Distance Sisters podcast I am also part of will be below. Back in a whack!